What's up, guys? Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review today. A VOD review and another Tleyds VOD review, because how many times did I just say VOD review in that sentence? Tleyds played a really interesting line today, an augment that must be talked about if you are playing TFT. This set, it is maybe the single highest cap augment in the entire set, and also one of the hardest augments to play in the entire set. So let's talk about it today as we get through our early game here, picking up everything. Pretty heavy gold opener here. Does throw in Piltover to start the game off. Does pick up Blast Shield, which is just the best Piltover by far. And yeah, I mean, has a 3 Piltover opener. Going to unlock Orianna, actually, to play around 4 Pilt as his opener. So already kind of a cool stage 1. You don't see many people doing this, but I mean, it makes sense here. But he looks at first augment and he sees the world runes. So if you guys haven't taken this one yet, you gain 2 emblems. These are always region traits. So they are all origins, whatever, you know, it's the ones that Yordle or Zon or Piltover, all this kind of stuff. So it gives you those 2 emblems. And then after you field 4 different regions for 4 player combats, you gain a powerful reward, which, spoiler alert, is 2 more emblems and also a fawn and 40 gold. It is a very, very powerful reward. Tleyds here picks up a pretty nice start. So he's already got Void pretty much ready. He obviously cannot really unlock. Did he just burn a remover there so that he could? Yeah, I think he just threw it onto Kate and then realized he needed it on a frontliner. But yeah, he already has the Voided. That's actually a really nice one to pick up because it's very easy, obviously, just to play 2 Void randomly on your board. The other super easy ones are Targon, of course, only have to field 1 unit. And then Piltover is a very easy 2-in as well. So yeah, I mean, look at that. Also, oh, interesting. I don't know why he's freaking out so much about that, but it's a funny spot. But yeah, he's already got Piltover Voided. Just needs to level up to get a Bilgewater unit in, and then needs to figure out what his next what his last trade is, which is, I mean, ideally just going to be Targon here. I mean, he could easily have it in on level 6, as easy as that. And that's usually when you are proccing this, ideally 3-1, but, you know, much more realistically, like a 3-2 is when you are proccing this, losing usually most of stage 3, and then proccing end of stage 3, and then getting your Giga Spike here. So this augment, actually, in Mort's meta rundown, he said that this augment is very, very bad statistically. The world runes, you know, is one of the underperformers. Now, does that mean that this is a bad augment? Well, I mean, you can see Tleyds here grabs it up immediately. A lot of players actually think of this as one of the stronger prismatics, the top tier prismatics, because of just the max cap nature of it. Once you do cash out, you are, I mean, it's a double prismatic, right? It's 4 emblems and a fawn and 40 gold. I mean, that's almost a triple prismatic, honestly. You know, you think of something like Trait Tree that gives you 3 emblems. This gives you another emblem, a fawn, and 40 gold on top of that. And, you know, if there was an augment that gave you like a fawn and 40 gold, that would probably also be a prismatic. And then, you know, 1 emblem. Okay, I'll call it 2.5 prismatics. But yeah, I mean, just absolute madness. He is also kind of trying to do some game planning here on, okay, what are we actually going to play into this game? Because he knows we have Void here and we have Bilgewater. You can't really play a Void Bilgewater. You know, stuff like Piltover can be very, very nice to splash, and even stuff like Demacia and Noxus, you can usually get a couple of units in, but Bilgewater and Void are both traits that kind of want you to just go down this route of playing it towards the vertical. Void we have gotten in since 2-1, which is really nice. So it will be quite easy for us. And also, he just picked up, I think he played a fight without the first one's free, but that's okay. But we will be picking up the early Rift Herald here, which is pretty nice. So some upside there as well for Tleyds. But yeah, going to take a loss here. Really not bad in terms of how much HP we are escaping stage 2 with, because this is one of those augments that, you know, it doesn't give you much of a combat benefit at the start of the game. I mean, 2 emblems, I mean, that's literally a gold augment, and the quest that it gives you where you have to keep these units in for 4 rounds is, you know, not the easiest from a perspective of, you know, playing a strong board. It takes a while for you to cash that out. So the sooner you can start proccing this, the better. he does pick up the Aphelios here, and so yep, we do just go for the level up here, and boom, it's just that easy to get our 4 traits in. So yeah, just I mean, I cannot, if someone's saying, okay, well, okay, how do I replicate this in my own games? I mean, it is trial and error. It is playing it or playing around. I mean, the super easy ones are Piltover and Targon. You're basically always playing Targon on your board, and Piltover is pretty frequent, and Void's pretty frequent. And then usually you kind of have to pick a 3 trait, depending on what you end up getting your World Rune emblems from. If you get something, really. I mean, Coronation's just the pick here, by the way. The World Rune gives you a Fawn here, and so you are going to get double the value out of Coronation here. So I mean, it's in. Yeah, I don't think we're taking no Cursed Crown. That sounds like a way to go Giga Eighth. But yeah, we actually get the Coronation on. We do get to throw in a Ambessa onto this board here. And yeah, I think Tleyds is still trying to figure out what he's playing. It's hard to completely know until you get your next 2 emblems, because those can certainly change your game plan a lot. But it is still good to think these things through and just kind of start to make a game plan of like, okay, if I get this, well, I'll play this. If I get this, I'll play this. And, sometimes you can. The really nice thing about this is they are just emblems. It's not, a golem with emblems on it. You can reforge if you do pick up a reforger later down the line. So that's something you'll see a lot of people do. I played a crazy World Runes game on stream a few days ago, and I ended up reforging and getting just like Turbo Bis emblems. So that's certainly something you can do with a lot of these more junky emblems. If he ends up playing Void, you could very easily see him reforging the Bilgewater one and just saying, there's a lot of playable emblems with Void. So if I get any of those, I'll be very, very pleased, and then start getting really nice value out of this Prismatic. That being said, if we are going to play Void, I am curious to see where our items are going, because he's making these 80 slams, which I love from a win streaking, staying alive perspective, being a strong TFT player. But I do wonder what the game plan truly is for these items. He was looking at like AD Kai'Sa, which was buffed up this patch, though I don't know how good she still really is here. Honestly, let's pull up a stats check. Why not? So Kai'Sa star level 2 with 3 items. If you check her out, Infinity Edge looks absolutely horrible. All right, very, very good. Well, I will still not be playing that. Good to know. Good to know. So, I mean, to be fair, you can throw some of these AD type items onto Bel'Veth. You could also just play towards Bilge. We don't have that many Silver Serpents stacked, but I mean, it would certainly use the IE and stuff like that better. So maybe it's just going to be a Bilge game, and we won't worry about the fact that we're a little bit low on Silver Serpents. So we'll actually see. Well, Team Planner out here does throw Vi into the planner just to say, I would like this Vi unit, though. I don't know why he's that interested in the buy. All right, pick up our cash out here. We get Piltover plus Yordle here, all that gold, and this is, and I don't know if Tleyds was planning from the start here, but I do think it's a very good game plan is to play into Piltover once you get Piltover emblem. 6 Piltover is really achievable with the emblem. It's a little bit harder without the emblem, but still very, achievable. But once you have the emblem, it's almost free to get 6 Piltover in. Just need a 2-star, a few of the Piltover units, and boom, you're there to the 6 Piltover and T-Hex unlock. So it's, yeah, I mean, it's just a very, very strong trait to play around with a +1. If you take one of these augments that does give you emblems and you get Piltover +1, you will be very, very pleased there. So going to move these items to Kog'Maw for whatever reason. Actually, I'm not sure why we want them on Kog'Maw specifically, but I guess just to get the Piltover effect. He did, by the way, take this Blast Shields plus Kinetic Barrier combo, which I do love very much here. He is going to dupe the Nautilus here. I imagine we do want to roll down to proc our Pilt here, and he's going to slam the Guinsoo, so he is thinking about playing towards Kai'Sa in this spot here. Did actually pick up the Reforger as well here, so now can Reforge if he wants to some of these junkier emblems. Yordle does basically nothing. If he's playing towards Void, then Bilge does nothing. This is a cool board. It's a very cool board. 4 Pilt, 4 Void, but both Pilt and Void want you to play more deeply into their own traits, and so it'd be a lot better if we could, best case scenario, like you Reforge to get another Pilt, you Reforge to get another Void, something like that. That's the dream here for Mr. Tleyds here. All right, last augment here. I think Tleyds, he's really excited about a potential last Fawn augment, so we can play for the triple Fawn. It is something that can happen. It happened at the Macau Open, which is funny, but we'll see. We'll see if it's possible here. Commerce Core looks decent just to kind of fuel our rolls this next stage, but he does see Giant and Mighty, and then just boom, it's an easy pickup here, just because with 2 extra units on your board, Giant and Mighty is so nice. So we are going to go for the Reforge on both of these, and we hit another Piltover emblem, which is just disgusting. This means now all we have to do is field a Piltover unit and then 2-star 1 more Piltover unit, and we're there. We hit Caitlyn here, and Tleyds opts to take the Mining Drill. So I wanted to VOD review this game because I have not played around Mining Drill at all, but this is the Econ 6 Piltover. Usually people are playing 6 Piltover to cap out really, really high. I like the I forget what it's called, but the one that looks like a circle, and it like repeats your Piltover effects. I love that one. But this one, it says, you know, farm a bunch of gold, gain 1 gold or 1 boot randomly, and then this every single time your Piltover unit stacks. This is like getting a stack of the drill. It's mining, and so you can just use this as econ here. And so you can see the drill going up there. 6 is the cash out here, so we get some gold and a few boots. So not too bad here, but a lot of casts achieved for the mining drill already. And yeah, just getting a lot of extra resources, especially in a spot where we're very strong. And now the T-Hex is going to come down and make us even stronger here. This T-Hex, I mean, just I love this is my favorite line in this entire set is T-Hex. I just think this T-Hex unit is so cool. And the Piltover, I don't know why okay. Let's like not eat the Kaisa. I think that's probably a good idea here. So yeah, okay, this makes sense here. But yep, going to get some more stacks up onto the mining drill here. Farm out 4 gold here, so not bad. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's really not all that. I mean, 4 gold around, 5 gold around, I mean, is significant. And the nice thing about this is you can always pivot out of 6 Piltover, right? You can just play the mining drill, farm as much gold as you need, and then just get out of it, you know, drop down some of these lesser useful Piltover units. We have double Fawn here, so actually we don't have that many useless units. So, you know, I think we're always going to be playing Vi plus the T-Hex, but the Caitlyn can obviously come out pretty easily. We do pick up another T-Hex already. Oh my god. And we're going to roll kind of deep here. Also thinking about maybe getting deeper into Void. I mean, you could even cap this game out with like 10 Void or something, which would be crazy. You know, like a 6 Pilt, use the gold, farm it up, get to 10 Void, or to 9 Void, get to the level 10, and then farm up the Baron Nashor unlock, and then maybe play a T-Hex Baron Nashor board, the dinosaur and the Baron. I mean, that would be like high key the coolest board of all time, but we'll see. We'll see if we can make there. He does unlock Rise, who tends to be good on these kind of boards. We have, what do we have in Void, Bilge, Targon, Pilt? Is that it? I think that's it here. He's going to opt to fit it in here onto to this board here to get a pretty cool Rise cast. Rise got buffed up a little bit in the patch, so a little bit better of a unit to play towards. He has no items on him right now, so I don't think he's going to go crazy here, but I mean, he's going to do a decent amount of work, and boom, 7 stacks of the drill this time, so very nice here. The T-Hex with those extra tank stats from Piltover, very tanky. This T-Hex is just one of the craziest units because, I mean, not only is he just, you know, a giant T-Rex that does a lot of damage, but also is just like very deceptively tanky. Tleyds at this point just buying stats, saying, okay, I'm never going to get up to 5 Bilgewater or to 7 Bilgewater and build these items, though I guess theoretically he could just toggle it in for the refresh, but would rather just pick up these items and not make his brain explode with all the other stuff here. We're going to roll down on 9 here, hoping to find the Twisted Hex 2 star here, but we'll see if we can. Do pick up Kaisa 2 and MF 2. This is such a cool board, by the way. Just like making all this stuff fit together. Does unlock Volibear as well. Rotate into, actually, that's a Baron Nashor 2 from DXN. We might have to push 10 if we want to outcap this. My god. The fight is relatively close for the start of it, but yeah, we actually lose this fight here. Come on, Tleyds. All right, wake up. We got to win this game, man. We do. Okay, and he is saying at this point, okay, we've messed around for long enough. We've farmed up enough gold here. We will pivot to our stronger board here, get out of some of these less useful Piltover units, and try to figure out what else to play here. But he can't actually figure out 2 better ins here. I mean, yeah, his thought was just he can't play Fiddle, Lucian, Senna. I don't know why he didn't just play those 2 here. But hey, gets 6 Pilts back in for this fight. We should still be stronger than most of the lobby, so we should be still, you know, winning a lot of these fights, but we'll see. This is actually a really close one. Can the TX clutch it out? Oh my god, it can. What a beast here. And the top 4 locked in for Tleyds here. Does pick up the low risk too, which is nice. And yeah, he's actually going to continue to sit on 6 Piltover, still rolling down, trying to find where's the TX2. Can somebody help me? Like, I feel like this TX2 would be such an upgrade. Also, probably shouldn't eat the MF over the Caitlyn here, but I guess not the end of the world. But I mean, they're both unitemized, but I feel like the Caitlyn's going to do a lot less work than the Misfortune here. All right, the T-Hex trying its darndest here, but I mean, that is a very tanky board out of deep nuts here. So we're going to lose this one as well. Oh my god. I mean, this lobby just capped so insanely high, and for some reason, we can't find TX2. Like, if we had TX2, we'd be winning a lot of these fights. The extra damage output is crazy, but I mean, good on Tleyds to actually not push 10 in this spot, because I mean, we never would have found TX2 on 10. We'll see if we can still pick it up here. Rolling down, finds Rise, finds the TX2, huge upgrade here, and continues to roll to try to find Rise 2. Gonna move the DB over there, just move the Fawn off. It's a solid item, but not that solid, and is going to move the Piltover Spat over to the Nautilus here just to put it onto a better unit. Okay. All right, T-Hex versus Baron 2. Let's see what happens now that they're both 2-starred here. Kind of looks like the Baron's winning, I'm going to say here. And yep, Tleyds is going to go down here. What a crazy lobby, man. I mean, very cool game from Tleyds, but sadly just couldn't cap out high enough with that kind of 6 Piltover Econ one, and so gets locked out in 4th place here. Still a very, very, very cool game, and showed off the power of this World Runes Augment, and just what it can do. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch and Metafy on the links down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching, as always.